Most singers waste time warming up. If your warm ups are leaving you feeling more tired and even fatigued instead of more free, then it's not doing the right job. Today, I'm going to show you warm ups that actually prepare your voice for what you're about to do, for your performance, for whatever it is that you have coming up that you need your voice for. Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Shakira with Keys to the Vox Vocal Academy. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button, share this video, subscribe to my channel. If you're here looking for more ways to warm up your voice and other vocal health and habilitation and creativity, stay tuned. So, what is a warm up actually supposed to do? There's a number of things that warm ups do for you, but I'm going to just touch on a handful of points just to elaborate just a teeny bit to tell you what are we doing? Why are we doing this? So as you continue, and like if you wake up in the morning, if you haven't been using your voice for a while, then you go to warm up and do these little gentle hums and things. You're getting your blood flow pumping, basically your blood pumping and increasing your blood flow. If you've been asleep all night and not using your voice, and your body's just laying there, it's probably your blood flow decreases naturally overnight. So when you get up in the morning and you're right side up and everything's moving like it normally should during the daytime, then you start doing those warm-ups and you're getting blood pumping to those into those lungs and into the vocal folds, and also known as the vocal cords, some people say, and into the larynx and all throughout the pharynx. And you're just moving the blood, you're making sound and vibration that is helping to increase circulation in your body. You're also coordinating breath and vocal folds. So as you're breathing, you're making sure that the coordination between your breathing and your sound production with the oscillation of your vocal folds, which is them moving together and creating sound, everything is coordinating together. It's like a dance. So you're getting your breath in the rhythm of the breath as you are making sound and even keeping tempo. The other thing you're doing is releasing unnecessary tension. So if you are tense, if maybe you're a little stressed, maybe you been a little anxious, by doing these exercises, and you can even look this up, like a lot of speech language pathologists use these same warm-ups and tactics for the voice in rehabilitative situations where the tension needs to just be released so you can make a more free sound. So as those little vibrations from the sound being produced, and the air flowing in and out of your lungs and past your vocal folds through your larynx, is causing the tension to release somewhat. You're also gradually expanding your range. So if you're like me and you wake up in the morning, you might have some bass and baritone notes there. I am not normally a bass or a baritone. So when I wake up, my range is sitting low naturally because those muscles have been chilling all night. And then when I wake up, I'm moving my vocal folds and I'm moving all of the muscles around my larynx and creating sound. And then my range naturally will go higher. And last but not least, you're getting your voice ready for today's singing. You might have a rehearsal, you might have maybe have some speaking to do today. I mean, everybody talks every day if you're able to speak. So you're getting your voice ready for sound production. And it's kind of, I mean, I've been saying this, and you hear a lot of vocal teachers and coaches say, like, it's just like if your muscles are not warm before you're going to do a sport or run or something like that, you can't just jump up and think that you're going to be in good shape to run a marathon. Like, it's just not going to happen. So it's the same way. It's muscles. They're smaller muscles. They're tiny because they're in your neck and they're around your larynx and in it, but they work the same way as the larger muscle groups in your body. Like if you're working out, you're not going to start with your heaviest lift. Like you got to work your way up. You got to warm your muscles up, right? You got to get on that treadmill or wake it up a little bit and then go to your lifting, and then, maybe do something medium, low, medium, and then work your way up to high. If you're not even up to heavy, high lifting, then you might want to start with your 15s, your 5s, and then work your way up. There's a couple of mistakes that I want to address too, that many of us have made and some are still making And I want to talk about that. Mistake number one, starting too big. I mean, you definitely don't want to, like I said, you want to wake up and you want to hum. You want to start in the head voice area, not directly into the chest voice area. You want to be, you want to touch it lightly. You want to be delicate with this delicate instrument, and not just kind of jump right into your belting. So if I'm scheduled to sing on Sunday or sing a song that requires a big belting voice, a Broadway tune, or whatever the case, I'm not jumping up and just belting all crazy. Like, it's not gonna work, and you could injure yourself like that. You're also not gonna jump into your highest notes first. Again, I mentioned that your voice might be sitting a bit lower if it's cool, if it's not warmed up. You want to warm that thing up and get it going so that you can jump up into that higher range, in those highest notes that you have, a lot easier. And also, we have nothing to prove. We're not trying to prove our range to anyone. We're just trying to make music, right? We're just trying to make sound that sounds good to us. And if other people like it, great. If they don't, we have nothing to prove, you guys. Like, don't hurt yourself trying to outdo anybody or trying to prove that you're worthy, because your voice is your voice and their voice is their voice. So the answer to all of that is just start slowly, start softly, slowly increase the pressure, quote unquote. And really not even quote unquote, but slowly increase the pressure that is required to create or produce a louder and bigger sound, higher notes. Start slow, slow walk that thing. You want to increase your volume gradually as well. You want to make sure that your vocal coordination and breath coordination are all intact, are all in sync first. Mistake number two, warming up without breath. Your breath is the fuel. Your breath is the gas to the vehicle. If you don't have breath, I don't know what is going to make the sound. It's not, because literally, it's like, have you ever seen people put like those, take a piece of paper and like blow it? I could never do it, guys, but but if you ever see somebody take a piece of paper and blow it, and then it flaps, right, and it creates a little buzzing sound. That is kind of basically how the vocal folds work too, only you have two of them together. So as the air comes rapidly between them, it moves them, and then they clap together. And at the point where they clap together, that's where sound is produced. So without breath, you have no sound. And if your airflow is not balanced, then every single one of your warm-ups will become harder, you guys, because you're going to think that you need to push harder, when in fact sometimes it's just that you need to take in a little bit more air and then gradually release that air, making it work for you. One breathing exercise that you can do to help better control your breath within your warm-ups is what I do with my students all the time, the hiss breath exercise. You would really just, straighten out that spine, make sure your spine is aligned, inhale through your nose and expand your belly at the same time, and then hiss. And what you want is like the sound of a slow leak from a tire. So you would inhale, hiss for 8 to 12 seconds. That was 8, right? And relax those shoulders, and as that air leaves your belly should be shrinking, and not even just shrinking, but you're engaging your core muscles and slowly pulling those abdominal muscles tighter, and your belly button goes closer and closer to your spine. That's a great breathing exercise. You want a steady airflow, a steady hiss, like a slow leak in a tire. So now that the airflow is stable, let's add phonation, the voice. Let's add the production of sound with lip trills, which is my number one go-to exercise warm-ups, is those lip trills. Lip trills are super popular, and the reason why is because they're what we call SOVT exercise, semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. Occlusion is closure, semi basically a little bit closed vocal tract, which is everything from your lips down to your larynx, is your vocal tract. So if you have a semi-occluded vocal tract, you have something blocking the airway and causing back pressure to the air that's coming out. And these lip trills encourage steady airflow because you are flattening out the vocal folds, reducing the collision that's happening between them. And basically, the air that's the back pressure, the air that's coming backwards, circulating back towards the vocal folds, is causing that flattening, and it makes it easier for the vocal folds to produce sound in that way. Fun fact, lip trills actually have been proven to reduce inflammation in the vocal folds. So if you're hoarse or fatigue, you can do lip trills very lightly in the head voice, of course. We never really belt lip trills to really just get the vibration. And also, again, let's go back. It does help with increasing circulation. Don't force the trill, use enough airflow. Here's an example: inhale through the nose and expand the belly and bubble your lips. Those are the arpeggios. You can do sirens. You can do 5-note scales. And then go up in half steps. If you have a hard time getting your lips to buzz, and you will feel some itching and tingling in your nose too. If you have a hard time getting your lips to buzz, you can gently place your fingers on each side. You can do it with 2 hands or one, and just kind of lift up gently on the corners of your mouth, and it might help keep those lips buzzing. If you can't do that, you can also do it on V. It's semi-occluded, only the teeth are helping to occlude there. You can do straw exercises. The straws are really popular. So you can take your straw, put it in water, or just take a regular straw or buy a singer straw, it doesn't matter. And then through the straw. There's also the Z. You can go zzz. So there's a number of things that you can do to create that SOVT aspect of this exercise. But lip trills is probably the most popular with most singers. So let me dig a little bit deeper into the straw phonation piece. So once again, you can take a drinking straw, you can buy a singer straw, whatever you have available to you that is like a straw. You can place it in water, or you can just use it without water, and you would place it to your lips and make sure that your lips are closed on each side, and you would blow through the straw. Right? Like you would blow a whistle. They're excellent for efficiency, help reduce excess tension, and definitely a great one to use if you are feeling vocally tired. Warm up 3, it is literally just humming. I mean, just a simple hum can go a long way when you're trying to wake your voice up and warm it up. It definitely helps with resonance. So if you've been trying to work on your resonance in your voice, humming is definitely a way to do it. You will feel the buzzing and the humming in your and when you hum, you'll feel the buzzing in your face. You should feel it in your face. You're gonna feel buzzing with pretty much all of these that I'm talking about today, which is perfect. And it's also an easy onset with humming. There's no glottals. There's no right. You're going. It's almost like a H to an M, like a hum. You can do that, or you can just start with a gentle onset. It's kind of the same thing. One is just more dramatic than the other. So it's just blowing a bunch of air. You can do that, but you can just go. Or if you want to do a glottal, you can. But the moral of the story here is that it's all gentle. There's no really hard onsets and things going on here. The fourth warm up I want to talk about is the NG. So, like in the word sing, right? The last half of that word, where the back of your tongue is touching the soft palate at the back of your throat, that is where you want your tongue to say, right? You can do sirens on this. You can do 5-note scales on this, up and down. You can do arpeggios on this one as well. All the same things that you can do on the other warm ups, you can do on this one. This one encourages resonance without pushing too hard, makes you aware of that soft palate, and definitely helps with your transitions as well, going from chest voice to head voice, and then to stiff fold or falsetto, as most of us know it. So can go between all those places with that NG. It makes it a lot easier to slide around and to switch around as you need to. Now, the fifth one is vocal exercises, where we start to use syllables and vowels and all the stuff. So, some of the vowels that I like to use, I use all the vowels: A, E, I, O, U, right? Depending on what you're trying to do. Gi, right? Gi helps you to raise the tongue and the larynx. For those of you who might struggle with getting a little bit more of that nasally or that twangy kind of sound in your sound, anything with an E might be easy, make things easier for you to accomplish that. So gee 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 gee, nay 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 nay. I would use nay for a person who's trying to find a belt. That might be easier. I'm gonna pull my mic back and try to do one for you. Nay 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 nay. Mum can help for belting exercises too. It can be one that could be used to find that mixed voice too. Mum, 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 mum. Mum is a sound that actually requires a low velum. So you have to open your nose up because your mouth is completely closed. So that's the only way the air is going to escape. So a person who needs to work on their sound, their velum sound, might use a mum also. Mum resonance happening in the nasal cavity in general. So if a person is looking to have more resonance in their nasal cavity, or is working on controlling the difference between ah with a high velum position and with a low velum position, then that might be a good one for you to work on. Different vowels change vocal tract shape, because some require a higher tongue position, some require a lower tongue position. Ah, obviously the open ones, ah, will require everything to kind of go down a bit, the tongue and the larynx. E requires things to raise, and everything else is in between. This also helps with being able to move between your registers, having that coordination and articulation. If you can say these vowels and sing these vowels in different places of your range, it is basically the same thing as saying a lyric or singing a lyric in these different places of your range as well. Warm up number 6 is the song specific part, and this is where singers back out too early. They think, oh, I did all the scales and things, I'm done. No, you need to apply all of that warm up stuff and that preparation to what you're about to do. So then you would go through and you would pick out what are the hardest or more challenging places. What are those tricky intervals that you're going to have to sing in the song? What are the highest or the lowest places in your range that you need to go ahead and work out and isolate, right? Where are the tricky vowels that you need to, where's the breath, the part where you need a good breath, or the part where you need to sustain a breath, or the part where you need to find quick breaths, right? Where are the tricky rhythms that you might have to deal with? Go to those places first, work them out, work them out, isolate those places. And now, after you've done all of that, your warm up has become more specific to exactly what you need in that moment. So, the next thing that people always ask is, how long should my warm ups be? And I don't think that there's a specific length for each person. It depends on you. I'm a person who's been singing the majority of my life, and I've gotten to a point after years of training and singing high and low everywhere, right? I don't need as much warm-up time as I used to, but it also depends on what it is that you're about to do. What is the demand that your voice is about to have to meet? So I would say in general, for casual singing, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. For maybe like 10 to 20 for something that's kind of like in the middle, and then maybe like 20 to 30 minutes for something that's going to be like a demanding performance. What matters the most is the quality of your warm-ups, and not really the length. So really, if you're getting right to the meat and potatoes of what you need to be doing, and you are able to work through it, and you're finding that the voice is warm, it feels good, it sounds good, you're getting through it, you're not getting tripped up, then you might not need to continue to warm up. So, what are some signs that your warm up has been successful? Maybe you're hitting the high notes. Maybe the rhythms that gave you trouble before, you're doing them. Maybe your tone is more consistent. Maybe you're using less effort than you were in the beginning. Maybe your voice doesn't feel so airy or sound so airy as it did when you first started. Your speaking voice might feel relaxed now. It doesn't feel so strained. Maybe tension has been released and you don't feel so tight in your throat and in your voice anymore. Your breath control might have gotten better. The transitions between your different registers and vocal placements maybe got better. Now, what are the signs that tell you that you need to stop? If you're feeling increased hoarseness, pain is number one, really. If you feel pain, stop immediately. If you're feeling what they call tickle, scratch, cough, it kind of just won't go away, stop doing what you are doing immediately. If you're feeling like you need to push harder to even get sound out, discontinue. And if you're feeling like you need to push much harder to even get sound out, discontinue. And if you're feeling tightness, not good, stop. You need to rest. You need to reevaluate your technique before you move forward. And if you rest and reevaluate and do all of that and you still feel it, rest again, reevaluate, start over. And it's never bad to go see an ENT to get scoped. Every singer should get scoped. So go find an ENT, speech language pathologist, work with them on a regular basis. There's nothing wrong with doing that to be proactive and prevent, damage or injury from happening. So what's the takeaway here? A good warm up should not show off what your voice can do. It should help warm it up, prepare it, and get it ready for what you are about to do. It should make everything feel easier. When you start and you feel a little rusty, by the end of it, you should not feel that same rust sitting on your vocal folds, quote unquote. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Shakira once again with Keys to the Vox Vocal Academy. Make sure you like this video, share it with everybody you know, subscribe, comment in the comment section and tell me, what are your favorite warm-ups that you do? What are the songs that you struggle to warm up for and that you struggle to sing and really nail? And let us know. Let us know in the comments. Tell us what you do. Follow along, because this coming week I'm going to start talking about how to make your voice your own, how to find your own voice. And as I always say, stick with me because we're going places.